In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Half a day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of In Full Zoom. I'm your host, Nestor Licanto, and this week we're going to talk about the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce Fanachu Famalåo'an event. And here to talk to tell us about that are members of the GWCC. First of all, let me introduce the Executive Director, Rene Logie, and a couple of the members who will be actually working the event. Lina Guerrero is the chairperson, and Livia Marati is the event planner. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you. Good morning.
All right, Miss Lina, can you just give us a high-level overview of what this purpose of this conference is?
Sure. So Fanachu Famalåo'an is actually the Guam Women's Chamber's annual leadership summit. So this will be our 7th leadership summit. And what I really love about these annual events is that it provides practical tips as well as experiences that our speakers have in both work and in life that really provide valuable lessons for folks personally and professionally, whether they're in the workplace, at home, whether they own their own business or thinking about starting a business. So it's really been a wonderful event year after year. And I mean, you know how old I am, and I've learned something new every single year I've attended.
We don't talk about age on this show, Lina. Sorry.
No. Nothing but a number.
Rene, tell us about why you think this is important for your membership to attend.
Well, it's definitely a great resource for our members. Like Lina was talking about, we bring in a lot of great speakers who have knowledge and expertise from various industries that they can bring to our community and share with our members. And then they can choose to use that how they like and apply it. Like some things you can apply to your everyday life and your business and help it move you forward. And it's just kind of enhancing and advancing women in the community.
All right. And Livia, thanks for sharing the agenda. That's quite impressive. You've got Suhana Han, graduate of Academy, grew up in Guam. Now she's a Harvard Law School graduate and a powerhouse attorney in New York. Tell us about what she's going to be talking about.
Yes, so we were so excited to put the program together because, you know, the virtual nature of the event now, we can grab people that are not necessarily on Guam, but maybe are from Guam and have moved away and now can kind of share their story with us. So Suhana is kicking us off. We have 2 keynotes for the event. And so Suhana will be our morning keynote, and she's really going to be driving home our theme, which is inspiring innovation. So our whole program is really centered around how did people adapt during the pandemic? How did they pivot and really thrive as a result? And so she's going to be featuring her story, her career journey, but also how she can relate to the theme both personally and professionally.
Yeah, and Lina, resilience is also part of this summit. And you've got a group of women entrepreneurs that'll be discussing that issue.
Yes, there's a resilience roundtable, and we've got 4 speakers that will be talking about what they've done to adjust during the pandemic. So as we've all been talking about these practical tips and these valuable lessons, we all know how the world turned upside down last year and how we've had to adjust. So our speakers, Michelle and Mariana, as well as Jennifer, they're all going to talk from different industries, points of view, and present how they've had to adjust, whether it's been in healthcare or food service, or even in the nonprofit space.
Yeah, what are specifically some of the things that you want to hear from them?
Well, I know, for example, so Mariana Cook-Wen, she is a physician in family medicine, and actually I get the chance to work with her every day. So she's going to present what healthcare has had to change in terms of how we see patients, but also that work-life balance with how moms in the workplace have had to adjust. I mean, there are so many women now who are affected by having to take care of either their children or their family elders during this pandemic. And so she's going to speak to it both as a professional as well as a parent of young children. Jennifer McFerrin. She comes from the food service industry as well as marketing. So she's going to talk about how in her industry, things have had to change in terms of how they presented food service. She's joining with Pika Farron, who's also going to be speaking to that event. And Pika has, as you know, has always been somebody who's adjusted and has been able to take her talents and share those in the community, even when things get thrown, when we get thrown a curveball. Michelle Chrysostomo, she runs Guahan Sustainable Culture with Marlene Oberiano. And this nonprofit that they formed out of a love for sustainable produce, they were able during the pandemic to work with the Guam farmers to actually share their produce throughout the community. So again, it's taking these talents that these individuals have and finding different ways to use them to serve our community. And in Suhana's case, in her community, which is in New York City. So again, it's really tapping into the talent, the inner strength that individuals have and finding ways to share those with others.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Yeah, and Rene, can you talk a little bit about the challenges that women-owned businesses have faced during this pandemic?
Well, I mean, I don't think we can limit it to just women-owned businesses, but there's definitely quite a handful of businesses on the island that have been affected just as much as other small businesses. And I think in general, that sector, small businesses have been affected the most, just being with limited resources. Yeah, I think mostly limited resources and limited options with what they can do with the number of people that they have. So that's been our main focus throughout the pandemic, is doing what we can to bring resources to the small businesses on island, as well as the women-owned small businesses, and do what we can to help and support them and give them information that they need, and hopefully guide them to resources that can get them, the PPP money or the rental assistance program. Just here where we can to help.
Yeah, and are you familiar with the bill that Senator Shelton had recently introduced?
Yes, the Women's Set-Aside Bill. Yeah, we have actually been working with Jane Flores. She's our government committee chair. So we helped write that bill, and we're just trying to basically get an advantage for women-owned businesses to get government contracts through a point system. Obviously, you can kind of read more details in the bill, but hopefully it will just help some of the women-owned businesses get a more competitive edge in that market.
Yeah, it's similar to what's existing in the federal government contract system. Is that correct?
Yeah, and we kind of closely mimicked what is being done for, I believe it's veteran businesses or small businesses with veterans. So they kind of have a similar thing where they can have a competitive edge. So we're trying to just go along that lines, because there are a smaller number of women-owned businesses that are trying to compete within the industry and get contracts. So hopefully that will help them out.
Okay. And Livia, getting back to the summit, you said there were 2 keynote speakers. So who was the other one, and what is she going to be talking about?
Yes, so our closing keynote is going to be Dr. Sandra Dalton. She's an author, a motivational speaker. She also has a background in healthcare as well. So what we really wanted to do with bringing in Dr. Sandra Dalton is to talk about embracing change. So that's really going to be the theme of her talk. She's also has a TED Talk that you can look up. It's all about the different types of rest. And so throughout our program, we are looking at not only how did people adapt during their business, but also looking at, how do you find that balance between the personal and professional and bring it all together to really sort of thrive and move forward. So we're really excited to have her as part of our lineup. We also have Kim Diaz, who is out in the Bay Area. She works at Pixar. She's the director of talent and recruiting. So we're really excited for her to bring her story into the mix. An inspiring company, you think Pixar most of the time goes hand in hand with that. So we're excited for her to share a bit about how they're thinking about innovation, but also how to think about finding talent and keeping top talent, and what does that look like, bringing representation into the mix as well.
I'm a big fan of TED Talks. Did you happen to see her particular TED Talk and what she talked about?
Yes. So Dr. Sandra Dalton, to her TED Talk, I believe she was in Atlanta for hers, and her TED Talk was all about the different types of rest. I think it's called something around the lines of "This is why we're all tired," and so she talks about how looking at rest not just in terms of sleep, but looking at it in terms of emotional rest and spiritual rest, and really taking a look at the whole person when thinking about how we unwind and then sort of recharge based off of that. So we're really excited to have her close us out on April 8th.
Yeah, and Lina, this is a virtual summit, correct? And this will give you guys better access. I guess the people who want to attend it have better, easier access. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we are taking it virtual because of the pandemic, but it's really presented us with some very unique and cool opportunities. So a couple of things are speakers who are off island who may not have been able to come out during this time, like Suhana and Kim Diaz, as well as Dr. Dalton. And there's a master class on effective leadership and communication. So Lucy is also coming in from off island. And so yes, so not only are we being able to bring in these speakers, but we're also able to reach out to folks who may not have been able to attend. And I can tell you, like even here at Sagua MPG, so now our staff will be able to participate. They'll be able to go out and share it and see it on their work screen while they're, at the workplace when they couldn't have necessarily left the clinic or the birthing center to attend. So it's a great opportunity for folks to not only attend the live event virtually, but also we'll look to compress and have a recording available for everybody who has a ticket to be able to watch it the week after. So in case they miss something, they might be able to come back to it. And I would encourage folks to take advantage of that. I think there's going to be a lot of good information, and sometimes taking it all in at one time is difficult. So taking the rest to get yourself rested and recharged to take in some more information will be good for everybody.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
And can you give us some insight on the particulars if your membership does want to attend? What do they need to do?
Yeah, they can go online to the GuamWomen'sChamber.com website /Fanachu Famalåo'an. And that's underscore in between Fanachu and Famalåo'an. If you don't know where to find that, you can also just go to our Instagram page. It's a little bit easier to navigate through Instagram, and we have a link in our bio there that will take you directly to the page where you can buy our tickets. And we also are posting several updates on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, which feature our marketplace, our virtual marketplace businesses, ticket information, speaker information, and any other relevant updates to the event.
Okay, and once again, this is on April 8th, right, Livia?
Yes, April 8th, 9 to 12 p.m. will be our live sessions through Zoom. And then we have on-demand content that will be available so people can watch at their own time. The content will be available the week after the event as well. So even if they can't make that 9 to 12 time, they will have the ability to connect after. We also do have a private Facebook group for the event. So we are networking leading up to the event. We're sharing speakers, we're sharing giveaways. We are really trying to take the community that we've built through the past 7 years or so for the event and bring that into the online space. So that's another great option for people who want to get their ticket early.
And I wanted to get back to, sorry, go ahead. You were going to say something?
I was just going to say, Livia has been really successful in bringing together a group of vendors as well. So there's going to be a virtual marketplace. So folks can shop as they get tickets to Fanachu Famalåo'an. There'll be a virtual gift bag afterwards. It's really a very great experience that we've enjoyed it in the live space, but the committee and Livia have really taken it to this different level that folks can enjoy even days after the workshop. So I appreciate you giving me the chance to just say, it's just really a fun time. I think folks, and the nice thing is it's not just for members, it's also for non-members. So if they go online, they don't have to be a member of the Women's Chamber to attend. There are tickets for folks that are non-members, and we encourage anybody to come by and stop in and enjoy the morning.
Is there anything for us males too?
Heck yeah.
You're nodding. Go ahead, Livia.
Yes. That's actually a question that we get. Do I have to be a member? Do I have to be on Guam? Do I have to be a woman to join? And absolutely not. All of the content is going to be really relevant to everybody. Also, regardless of career level, you could be just starting out in your career. You could be a student. You could be, managing a big team. We've really tried to diversify the content that we're bringing in, and really bring in both inspirational content as well as practical. You can walk away from this session with something that you can bring back into your workplace. So definitely, I think virtual, we hope to see more males into the mix this year.
Okay, you just invited them, so hopefully they will be. I wanted to get back to Suhana's keynote speech. We rushed over it real quickly. Can you just elaborate on specifically some of the things that she's going to talk about that folks can be listening for?
Yes, so Suhana has a really interesting and inspiring background, and she was raised here. She went to Harvard. She is in New York right now as a partner in Sullivan and Cromwell, and she also does a lot of work. I believe was inducted into the YMCA sort of Women's Honor Award. So she has this background of just completely dominating everything that she puts her mind to. So we wanted her to share her career journey, but we also wanted to share some of the lessons that she's learned along the way that have benefited her both in her personal and professional life. Really tuning into that, how am I innovating in my career? How am I innovating constantly in the work that I do? So she's going to really bring in that theme of inspiring innovation throughout her whole keynote. So yeah, I just spoke with her last week, and we're really excited to share her journey with everybody.
Yeah, and it's great that you guys are doing it virtually, so that she's in New York. You've got others in other places. You got folks here in Guam, all time together. Must be
every time zone. We have Suhana in the East Coast, Dr. Dalton Central Time. We have Kim on the West Coast. We have someone that is in Hawaii that will be joining us as well. So, and then also on Guam. So we're really covering everyone during that time slot.
Well, I've got you three here. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit about, the governor is going to announce the reopening of the island, her plans for it. Just want to maybe start with you, Lina, and tell me some of your thoughts on that reopening and how women can get prepared, and what you envision that looking like, and how you're going to roll out, how to get your business back up and flowing again.
Yeah, well, thanks for that question. I think folks have had mixed feelings about opening up. I mean, yes, there's the desire, the eagerness to get us back open and up and running, and yet there's still the being cautious about being safe and healthy. So I happen to work in healthcare. That's my day job. So I think what I look forward to is not just the opening up of businesses and allowing folks to run around and sort of get back to a little bit more of their normal routine. Is really what's great about Guam is folks are very mindful and respectful of the health of the community. So if you go out and about, I see folks wearing masks all the time. And yes, I understand that, folks can get frustrated by it, but it's become really second nature. And I think folks are doing it not really just for themselves, but for the community at large. So that's what I look forward to. And I think if we as a community continue to put our best foot forward and protect each other, I think those that are visiting our island, I think tourism will open up, because they'll see that, one, we're able to open up in a healthy way, and we're able to provide services in a healthy way that don't put them at risk. And I think folks will be much better able to enjoy our island and our businesses if we can show that and keep keeping those folks in mind as we move forward. So I look forward to that.
All right. And Rene, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a matter of all putting in our best effort and working together so that we can open. I think there are definitely businesses in the community that need that tourism income and economic impact, but we got to do it the right way and we got to do it safely. And thankfully, one of our board members, Holly Rustick, is on the Guam Recovery Task Force. So, you know, our influence, we do have a pretty good connection with the Recovery Task Force and with the governor, so that we can let her know what our thoughts are as an organization and hopefully provide some valid input and insight into what we think would be good for the economy and community.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
And your thoughts, Livia?
Yeah, so I launched my business in 2020 in the pandemic. So I really have only experienced running the business without tourism and also getting really creative on event planning and what does an event look like, virtual, online, indoor, outdoor. So I feel like I echo a lot of what they said. You know, our safety and well-being of our island, our community is top of mind. And really, you know, when tourists do come back, when they're ready to come back, you know, I think our community will be a lot stronger and more creative as a result.
Yeah, sounds great. Well put. So we've got just a few minutes left, and I want to give each of you an opportunity also to plug this upcoming virtual summit. So I think I started with you, Rene. So let you start again.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you to the sponsors for helping us being able to pull off this event. The Pacific Daily News, Matson, TriVision, Addis Trust, Bank of Guam, GTA, AdsTech, Guam Music, Gita, and SBDC. We just appreciate all the support from our sponsors in the community to help us be able to put on this event and provide valuable information and educational opportunities for the community.
Okay, and actually, I think I started with you, Lina, so my apologies, but go ahead and give us your pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries at all. You know, thanks is a good word for us because we really have, the Guam Women's Chamber has really been blessed with a lot of support from the community. And I mean, even the opportunity to come on your show, Nestor, has really given us a chance to really just spread the word and to share this opportunity throughout the community. So we partner with our sponsors, we partner with KUAM in this regard. So thank you for that. And I hope that you'll get a chance to spend the morning with us on April 8th. I really think that you and anyone else that you bring with you to the show will really enjoy it.
All right, thank you. And we'll finish with you, Livia. Tell us, first of all, how you were able to pull all this together and your final thoughts and a plug for attending.
Yes, so we are so thankful and grateful for our sponsors, for our community partners, for the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. Our committee for Fanachu Famalåo'an is definitely, you know, full speed ahead with planning this event. You know, it's been almost 1 year since our first lockdown. So I think when we think about this event specifically, we are really looking to inspire people to move forward, to reopen, to really move forward in their career and in their personal and professional life. So we're excited. Like I said, everyone's welcome. Doesn't matter what career level, man, female, doesn't matter where you are in your business or your career. There's going to be something that you can take away from this event. So again, it's April 8th. It's on Thursday from 9 to 12 p.m. And you can find all the information on our website, guamwomenschamber.com, also on our Instagram at Guam Women's Chamber. The link is in the bio there to register for the event.
All right, and that's the Fanachu Famalåo'an Virtual Summit sponsored by the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. Rene Logie, Lina Guerrero, and Livia Marati, thank you so much for joining us today. And appreciate it, and good luck on your upcoming summit. I'm Nestor Licanto. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again next week on In Full Zoom.
Thank you, Nestor.
Thank you.
In Full Zoom is presented to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.